Hey awesome ones! Well, I'm just keeping it real for you today with absolutely no eye makeup on. And some of you may recall a video I did it about 4 years ago. And take a look at this clip because it's where I tried to match the upturn of my youthful modeling eyes with just makeup. And what I really wanted to do there is improve my hooded, aging, downturned eyes. It was my very first video to go over 1 million views, so I was thinking to myself, can I achieve the same look 4 years later with some new tips that I've learned and also all drugstore products? Can I do it again? Let's find out. So first of all, let me just put up my hair here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do one eye, just for the sake of time. And by the way, if you want to see that old video that I did, I'm going to put it on the end screen of this video so you can take a look. And let's start with the primer. So I never even showed a primer in that video. I learned a lot in 4 years. And this is Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. So all you have to do is, I was really surprised at the color of it because it kind of looks like a concealer. And all you have to do is just put it on your eyes, just on your lid and up here too, because what it's going to do, and I just kind of, put it on with my fingers. You don't want it too thick. You don't want to smooth it out a little bit there. And what this is going to be, well, when you're painting your house, you put the primer on first. Well, that's what this is. It's going to have some stick-to-itness, if that's a word, for my eyeshadow. And by the way, I know I mentioned that I got these products from a drugstore, and it has a beauty boutique in it, but I was able to get Urban Decay. Also, I'm going to have links below the description for you, and they'll be from Amazon, so if you want to get them quickly, they'll be there. So next we got to apply some eyeshadow now that that has dried, and I'm using here the Revlon Photo Ready Eye Contour Kit, and I really like this. It comes in all different, various colors. This is what I call the brown one, but as you can see, it even kind of tells you where you're supposed to put on the eyeshadow. And what I also like about this is it's got a little applicator with it. So let's just grab the applicator that comes with it. And what I'm going to do, I'll move over here now. I'm going to put the applicator in this brown, okay? Now, watch this little trick. I got a normal 3x5 card, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put from the tail of my eyebrow to the outer part of my lid. Eye. Okay, eye. And I'm just going to, wait, this is when you need an extra hand, I think. And I'm just going to go and put this here, but I'm going to make sure that I don't put it any farther than where this line is. So you can sort of see that. Yeah, I got wrinkly skin in my eyes these days, but I know we're going to do a good job, aren't we? So I'm just going to remove that. And you can see there's a little bit of an uptick here. So I know you're probably thinking to yourself, you know what, that looks a little weird, Heather, but we're going to do some blending soon and I'm going to fix it all up. But let's get straight to the eyeliner now. And I really like these eyeliners. They're from L'Oreal, and I've got them in like a brown, I have them in a slate, I have them in all different, this is actually a navy one. So I have them in all different colors, and the one color that I'm not using anymore is black. I'm finding it's really too harsh. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put on the eyeliner on top of that other shadow. And I just sort of start at the middle. Let me just get this open here. I start at the middle of my eye. I'm going to work down here and do a swoosh. Now, I'm not going to do the bottom line because, again, it's going to look way too harsh for us ladies of a certain age. So let's go ahead and put on the eyeliner right here. And this is a nice pencil that you don't have to keep sharpening. I don't like the sharpening ones. Just a little bit over here. Maybe Bill can do a little bit of a close-up there. And what you talking about the swoosh? Well, right about here, you see where that line is? I'm going to do a little swoosh. All right, so it almost goes with that line right there. And I'll just kind of, you know, sometimes you got to kind of straighten it out. It's hard to be a YouTuber on camera when you don't do your line straight. Anyway, you get the gist of it. So now I want to work in the crease, and I'm going to use this color here. Now I'm using the applicators here, but what you might want to do is you might want to use your own makeup brushes. I know I got like 30 makeup brushes, but I really want to show you, if you want to save some money, you can certainly use these. And I'm just going to go in here, get a little bit of powder, and then I'm going lightly into the crease. Do you see that? How I'm going right into the crease here? Okay, so I'm just, this kind of hides some of the wrinkles in the crease of my eyes. And then at the end, I'm just going to kind of do a little dab like this. And there you go. And again, you can sort of see things kind of swooshing upwards a little bit. And I got to get into the blending again in a second. But before we do this, we want to make this eye look more awake. So let's take a look at the awake part of this little grouping here. And it's right here. You can see I like this palette a lot. I've used a lot of it. And we're just going to do a little dab here. And you can see how that's kind of awakening the eye a little bit. But what about underneath the brow? Well, we got a place for the brow right here, right there. And so what I'm going to do is just slightly on the brow bone, just put it right there. And I'm looking a lot more awake now. All right, so here's where the real magic happens. I've got a blending brush like this, and I don't want to see this harsh kind of triangle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to blend. Blend, blend. Blend it a little bit up to the top. And then I'm going to start blending it outwards as well. So you can see how it's softening everything up. And for the crease, I have a blending brush like this. And again, we want it all to kind of look like it's just naturally a crease here by going back and forth, kind of like a windshield wiper, back and forth to do some nice blending. So I haven't forgotten about my lower lash line. I'm going to get to that in just a second. But I want to start with the mascara. And when we start with the mascara, if you want to curl your lashes with a little doohickey like this, I actually don't use that, but a lot of women are finding that they do have to curl their eyelashes. So go ahead and do that. And if you haven't seen this already, I got to introduce it to you. It's CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. And I gotta tell you, I used to use designer mascara. I mean, when I was a model, I learned all these high-end kind of mascaras. This is what I use all the time right now. It comes in a variety of different colors. I absolutely love it. It stays on, it doesn't smudge, and it washes off like a dream at night too. So what we're going to do right now is we're just going to take the mascara, and I'm actually going to do 3 coats all together. So here we go. And by the way, if you kind of like what you're seeing in this video, don't forget to subscribe. We've got a great community here of women. We all chat amongst ourselves in the comments and help each other. So as they say, come on down and don't forget to click on the bell. Let me just kind of speed up the video here and finish a little bit of mascara. All right, for the lower lash line, we don't want to use a black pencil. We don't want to put the black underneath our eyes. What that's actually going to do is we're trying to make an upturn. It's bringing things down again, and we don't want to do that. So all I'm going to do is, if you remember, I was using this in the crease, and I still have a little bit of powder on it. So I'm just going to use whatever is left here and just kind of go up to where that swooshy part is, starting in there, and just kind of just rub it along here. It's kind of a little bit of a smoky eye, but it really does look pretty and it's not harsh at all. And when we're aging, we don't want to have that harsh, kind of hard looking makeup. Now, another thing I want to do, I brightened my eyes already, but I want to brighten them even more. So you see this little brow color up here? I'll show you what I like to do. And that is, I just like to put it here in the corner of my eyes. And again, can you see how that it just kind of brightens things up? Also, I want to put a little bit of mascara, again using the CoverGirl Exhibitionist, and I just want to put one coat of mascara on the bottom. Again, why just one coat? Oh, I'm kind of coming over. Over a little bit, I'll clean that up. But why just one coat? Well, because again, we don't want even downturned lashes. We want to make sure that everything is kind of going upturned, and so we're going to spend more time on the upper lashes. All right, let's do some more touch-ups. And now what you're going to notice right now is that I have the lower lashes and I have the upper lashes, but we need to connect them a little bit. So here's my little brown eyeliner here, and watch what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go like this. And again, it's bringing a little bit of whoosh, I call it a swoosh, but it's going there. Now, also to add to it, I've got another layer of mascara just on the top ones now. And let's just go ahead and do, isn't this beautiful mascara? Wait till you see my eyelashes. Isn't that amazing? And you know this glumpy kind of part at the end that you always get? Well, we're going to do another updo here. I'm just going to go on the side here and put some of that gooey, gumpy stuff right there in the corner. And again, give myself just a little eye lift there. And that's the whole idea. Eye lift without surgery. How about that? Just with makeup. And yeah, in case you don't know, I've never had any eye surgery or Botox or anything. It's cool if you do it. It's absolutely cool. But I just like working with the makeup. So let's see how we did with this. All right, the before eye and the after eye. Can you see the difference? Can you see the difference between the two? This one is still kind of downturned, kind of sad actually. And this one, it has a little bit more life. It's a little bit more upturned. But I said I was going to take out that picture of me like 30 years ago, or maybe even 35 years ago now. Let me just hold it up this way and see if you can see that I've really come a little bit closer to that kind of look. So let's see how I look with that black and white photo, and also with the magic of photography, we're going to make it all black and white. Now, of course, I can't erase 34 years of life off of my face, but I certainly did improve it with the yellow check mark. And look at the X check mark. I don't even have the face makeup on, but the eyes are downturned and a little sad. So why not turn those downward eyes upwards? We can take about 10 years off of our eyes, can't we? And you know, if you are new here, and don't forget to subscribe, click on the bell, and maybe share with somebody, because I not only do makeup videos, I've got fashion videos, I've got self-care, I've got so many lined up, self-care, so many lined up for the future, and I'm definitely going to be going for another 4 years plus, but I'm so happy to have you here. And if there was something that you learned in this makeup tutorial that was kind of a golden nugget, let me know in the comments. It makes me so happy to know that I'm helping you guys. And also, after you're finished and maybe you've worn the hooded eyes look out, let me know how it went, and whether or not you're struggling. Just leave it in the comments below, and I pretty well check every single comment. Hey, let's face it, we're all together in this aging journey, but we can still rock this world. We can still have that confidence. We don't have to feel invisible anymore. And right here in this community, we can be cheerleaders for each other and totally awesome over 50.